They're angry, they're confused, they're frustrated, they feel like they got left behind sometimes. But we can get out there, reach out, make the case. And for one thing, don't ever shy away from our progressive values. One person's socialism is another person's neighborliness.
VP candidate Tim Walz just said it. Might as well scream Voldemort at Hogwarts. Socialism is the boogeyman du jour for the right. Why would he say it? Let's ask progressive YouTuber Brian Tyler Cohen. He's got more than 2 billion views on social media, and he deserves it. Now, his answer to my question about why is likely going to echo the title of his new book, Shameless. BTC. Brian Tyler Cohen joins me now. Good to see you, young man.
Chris, so good to see you. Thanks so much for having me on.
Congratulations on the book. You are a thought leader on the left for sure, and you are not impressed by the boogeyman that is socialism. But I will say, you know it brings nothing but agita. Why would Walz even bring it up?
I think it's a testament to the fact. I think what he's trying to do here is prove that while Republicans wield this term as, again, some boogeyman over and over and over in election after election, that what he's actually talking about, the policies that he's actually defending, are anything but scary. He said what he sees as what somebody else calls socialism is his just neighborliness. Look, Tim Walz is probably best known for signing legislation that would guarantee students hot breakfasts and lunches in schools. Is that scary? Is that the big boogeyman that they're talking about? And beyond that, just look at Democratic policies without talking about some nebulous idea of socialism. Look at the actual policies that were passed. The infrastructure law, most of which benefits rural America. Rural broadband overwhelmingly benefits red America. The PACT Act to make sure that veterans have health care. The CHIPS Act to lead to a boom in manufacturing in this country. The American Rescue Plan, which saved the economy after COVID and led the U.S. to the strongest economy in the entire world. So on the actual policies that Democrats espouse, which part of that is actually scary?
You know what the battle is, though, Brian? They got to make the case as well as you just did. And if they don't, and they don't do it with the same frequency and vigor that you make your case, then they get defined by the people who talk about them. Well, why should I read your book?
Here's what I would say. Well, I think the book is important. Let me just finish one more point that I think actually lends itself to this idea that the use of the word socialism is actually not that scary. Republicans have been crying socialism for years and years and years. They said that Barack Obama would usher in socialism, Bill Clinton would usher in socialism. We had 8 years of Bill Clinton. Are we a socialist country? We had 8 years of Barack Obama. Are we a socialist country? We had 4 years of Joe Biden. We're still not a socialist country. So at what point does the socialism actually kick in? Because we've had Democrats elected despite these constant claims of socialism, and we're all fine. We're still here. We are still a capitalist country, the strongest capitalist country in the entire world. So all this goes to show is that we shouldn't be afraid of the word socialism, because what they're doing is just introducing a straw man, sorry.
Well, but it is a strong man for them because it is seen as anathema to capitalism and democracy, that it's about killing competition. It's about giving handouts. It's about taking private sector out of health care. It's about redistribution of wealth through taxation. Now, you see those all as dog whistles. And in your book, you say it's part of a kind of plan of trying to break the system. Tell me quickly.
Yeah, so I think what Republicans are looking to do is, and I title the book, The Republicans' Deliberate Dysfunction, what they're trying to do is break government so they can then point to the government that they just broke as proof that it can't work. And so what should Americans do? Because government can't work, elect people who think that it should be shrunk down to nothing. And that is, of course, them. So it's this vicious cycle where they just keep breaking the thing that they're put in charge of, and then they use that evidence as a proof point for people to elect more Republicans who will continue to shrink it down.
Brian Tyler Cohen, appreciate your perspective. You're always welcome here. Thank you very much, and good luck with the new
Chris,
book.
Thanks.
I got my own copy right here. I didn't sign it because it's too much of a big shot. Shameless. This is a good read. Good time to be feeding your brain. Brian, good luck with it. All right,
Chris,
now,
thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget, click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.